We will now open up the meeting for Thursday, February 1st, 2018.
Gary Bowden.
Here.
Frank Ferrari.
Here.
Marshall Goff.
Here.
Brian Kennedy.
Here.
Chad Sigmund.
Here.
Vice Mayor Malfajoe.
Here.
Mayor Goins.
Here.
This evening we have our prayer and pledge by Councilmember Kennedy.
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight and to do your business, and please help us to do it wisely. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes of the regular session of January 18, 2018.
So moved. Second.
If there are no objections, the motion carries.
Petitions, communications, and public hearings. We have none this evening. City Manager's report and update.
Just for the 2018-19 budget preparation, Kim and I, both the Finance Director and I, have had the opportunity to meet with all the department heads, review their requests. So we'll start trying to get that balance, that budget brought into balance to be able to present to Council Thursday, February 15th, and we'll schedule a work session the following week. Surplus property on a new business, 1113 North 14th Street. That bid opening was conducted January 17th at 10 a.m. We did receive two bids. The highest bid was the amount of $5,250, and we do recommend Council authorize the sale of that property to Nathan Hott for that set amount. And demolition, Anderson has completed all structures which they have been contracted to do for the Urban Renewal Authority. Safeco has removed all white goods from their contracts as well as the asbestos abatement. And they have 4 structures left to abate currently as they're moving forward with those structures. Public Works will be moving back to Northview area the week of February 5th to complete 3 structures within the neighborhood, and those structures are 2127 Williams Avenue, 1612 North 16th Street, and 1720 North 16th Street. So once those are completed, they'll move on to the next awaiting properties once Safeco completes those abatements. So under economic development for the Robinson Grand, the loading dock installation for the CMU has been completed. The HVAC installation in the ballroom is approximately 50% complete. Installation of the wall tiles in the first floor restrooms are approximately 70% complete. Installation of floor tiles in the concession area is approximately 85% completed. And then the first section of the auditorium floor is scheduled to be poured beginning next week, February 5th. And just an update on the police with the civil service. We did have their meeting today. They reviewed and received the psychological examinations for all the eligible applicants and had the opportunity to review those. And they did hold one hearing for one individual that was removed from that list, and he was reinstated back on the list. So now we have 10 eligible candidates remaining on the list. The commission will have their interviews with those candidates beginning Monday. They will then score those candidates accordingly, and then they will meet on Tuesday to actually certify that list. And then the chief, deputy chief, and I will also begin interviewing those candidates also beginning Tuesday to make our selections as to which candidates we're going to hire. As of right now, we do anticipate hiring 7 individuals out of the 10 from this list. 6 is our goal to get to the academy for the April Academy, which we will swear in late March. And then the 7th candidate would not attend the academy until July. So that right now that's our goal, to get the police department fully staffed, and then we'll begin a new eligibility list shortly thereafter, so we're not in a predicament of being down as we are right now. Police, also the body cameras. The chief last year had budgeted for 48 body cams. He has received them all. They're in the process of actually programming those. 36 cameras have been programmed to date. He's beginning to issue those to the patrol units as we speak. And we're also working on finalizing the retention policy for the video. How long we're going to keep that video on our server system prior to us having to run over that video and begin recording over it. FOIA requests, we did receive 2 additional ones from Sal Bombardier. 1515 Hoffman Avenue. These two FOIAs he has filed previously in December. They're identical requests, which he already requested. The information was provided to him, or we stated to which outside agency he needed to go to for that information. So again, we'll respond to that request accordingly. That completes the manager's report. And you will get one emailed to you. I didn't have a copy prior to coming out.
Thank you. No unfinished business. New business, consideration of awarding bid for the sale of real property located at 1113 North 14th Street.
Madam Mayor, I move that we award the sale of the property at 1113 North 14th Street to Nathan Hott in the amount of $5,250.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consideration of funding for turf, Clarksburg City Park.
So moved. Second.
I think Martin.
Do we need to specify?
Specify.
Yeah. To accept the.
To accept the commercial loan, $230,000 commercial drawdown line / term note from MVB Bank.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Discussion, just a little further discussion.
Okay.
Are we going to hear back from John Romano about Height Field? I'm really just, I'm not opposed to this project. I love the fact that we're doing these things in our parks, but I just want to remind council that it's been brought to my attention before. I think it's been mentioned in one of these meetings that additional monies are going to be requested of us for field improvements because there is an effort afoot to refurbish Height Field as well, which is going to get into some pretty big dollars. So, Martin, did you want to add to that?
Well, no, you're correct. Eventually, and I don't know what time period that will be for Mr. Romano, but that actually started to come up in our last meeting last week, but we want to focus on the issue at hand because it was more time sensitive. But he did note that project is still moving along. But what we would definitely encourage him, as that's going to be a really nice size project. But the city is has invested thousands of dollars into Chestnut Street, so you can have access to Height Field now as well. But we will encourage Mr. Romano, as well as the committee I think he's working with, to work with some potential donors who want to invest in that field as well. I believe there's a local school that wants to use it as well, that financially may be having a donor to help support it. So I think we will have something back from him probably within the next 30 to 60 days, I would presume, kind of give us an update where they're at and probably what they're going to be requesting. And I don't know what the time frame is at for them to get that project moving forward.
And we actually were prepared to discuss that at the strategic planning
Okay,
session.
I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that we were focused, or just understood that was still to come. And just so we have it on the record, the payback on any drawdown of this line of credit would start in a new fiscal year. Yes, as we draw it down now, the interest. It's not in our budget,
No,
obviously.
correct. So the interest, so if we close late month, somewhere within there with MVB, any money expended or drawn down will be paying interest only right now, and then the actual term would not kick in until next fiscal year, which is 6 months after the completion of the drawdown. So at that point in time, we'll have a budget in our budget for the guarantor, and then the park board will have it in theirs as well, based upon what the debt service will be over a 10-year period.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Council comments?
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate Justin Blake. He was our newest fireman that got sworn in this morning. So I'd like to congratulate him. And then in regards to the strategic planning session and team building, the agendas are all online now. So everybody should have a copy. And then we'll start promptly 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Vice Mayor.
I have nothing at this time, Madam Mayor.
Chad?
I have nothing at this time.
Here,
Online where?
on your city email.
The Google Drive,
Your, yeah,
the drive.
on your
Okay.
laptop.
Well, let me just add that this item with the field, the Gloria Field, came about pretty quickly, but I like the idea. I wasn't ever totally comfortable, regardless of who might pay for it or share it, but totally comfortable with having half a field turf. I think this makes a lot more sense. And the only other point I wanted to make is this council has committed an awful lot of money for arts and entertainment and things that will satisfy many of the adults in our community. I think we really need to focus, and it's one of the things that I wanted to bring about, to talk about on Saturday. I think we really need to focus on doing a few more things like this that address the needs of the young people in this community, and I think this is a smart decision. Thank you.
Brian?
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Ryan?
Just a couple of things. First of all, I think that I've probably spent more time on that field recently in the council because my son plays Pony League, and so I've been down there quite a bit. And this project is sorely needed, and I'm glad to see it's moving forward. I also wanted to echo the mayor's congratulations for Justin Blake. Firefighters and other first responders are my heroes, and so I always have the greatest respect for anybody that's willing to put their life on the line to protect all of us. And the only other thing I wanted to add is, of course, tomorrow is Groundhog Day. So I'm hoping that French Creek Freddy, the true groundhog, will not see his shadow. So that's all I have.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
Meeting adjourned.
They're good.